We have on our board Steve Scott, Jennifer Lamprett, Derek Grauman, Steve Willman, Bill and Glenda Kessler, Barbara Hand, and myself.
And hardest working folks I know.
And,
I mean,
we've had some others. Some have passed on, and some have resigned to do other things after serving for 2 or 3 years. So.
And if someone is interested, they hear this or they see you somewhere and say, "Hey, I want to help out." I'm sure there are different ways. I know that you. I was surprised and shocked. Actually, I did see Steve Scott the other day, and I said, "Where's Larry? He's on vacation." I said, "He takes a vacation." But if someone would like to say, "Hey, that's something I'd really like to get involved in," you don't have to necessarily even be from the city of Gonzales. This is a countywide. So if you're Nixon, Smiley, Welder, Harwood, Thompsonville, I mean, you're all the way down to Cheapside. I mean, you can be involved in this. And if somebody just wants to help, or they say, I don't have that much time, but I want to donate. And I mean, we talked about that a while ago, but I think we can't probably say that enough. They can.
If you need a tax write-off or something, we sure would like to be considered.
It really is. You owe it to yourself to stop by and just pull over and take a step outside the vehicle and kind of walk around that corner, look at the sign and see, because the 9 folks that you just mentioned, and not even including the ones that have been past members or the spouses or the other volunteers, but there's such a passion there for it. And it really is neat. And I mean, just to see that thing one day to become a reality is what you had mentioned is something that would really honor our veterans. And not to get off subject too much, but you have a lot of great ideas, and one of them was figuring out a way to honor, whether it be on Memorial Day or what have you, with all of the reading of all the veterans from Gonzales County. And you were telling me what we mentioned a while ago, just kind of when you're explaining, the start with the 5 points, how that would not be enough to hold all the veterans from Gonzales County.
With the wall on.
With the wall, yeah. And I'm not going to ask a specific particular number, but how many ballpark have we had, both past and present? I'm assuming that's what numbers we're looking at.
Well,
and where did you start? In what year when you started that list? Pardon me.
Well, mainly they're back to World War I. But the memorial list, actually, there's 2 from the Spanish-American War that were killed in action during that time period. I don't know if I have a complete list. That's something that I try to get additions to, corrections made on.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. I'm thinking there's probably close between 5,000 or 6,000 veterans just from Gonzales County in that time period. I may be a little bit wrong.
Well, that's okay.
But I do have the numbers. But there's quite a few veterans, because most of the time people say, well, I served, but I wasn't during wartime. But that doesn't mean you're not a veteran. You still serve this country, and you gave it your time. And they need their recognition, some form or fashion. Most of them say thank you. All they say is want to thank you. And, well, that's going to be written on the one when you walk in. That's what's going to be there.
Forever.
And I was going to mention to you, we will have an honor wall at this memorial site. Besides the obelisk, will be named one obelisk for each branch of the service. But the honor wall will just be those from Gonzales County, and we're calling it casualties of war and not just killed in action. There were so many different designations during World War II. So, and we're trying to get that list as accurate as we can when it's time to start engraving those names. But there will be room to add some if some of them are missed or forgotten or that we don't have. So,
I hate that it's taken me this long to get settled up with you to visit about this wonderful project. But I've learned so much just in the last couple of minutes, and I think that this is really outstanding, Larry, and it means a lot. Thank you for sharing this story about this project here in Gonzales. And I think that it's important that our friends and neighbors know what we're doing around here, and inviting them to help, whether it be by donating or putting in some elbow work when it needs to be done.
If they would like to come to any of our meetings are always open to the public. It's a second Thursday at 6 o'clock, and we meet at the Oddfellows Lodge building.
And that's over on Conway
Street. 1405 Conway Street.
All right.
Right in the back of our cemetery.
Oh, yeah, perfect place for it.
But yeah, and you can take part in the discussions and everything. You just can't vote.
Okay, that sounds good.
It's open to everybody. We get a lot of ideas from visitors that come in.
And if you'd like to become a part of that organization, they're welcome to attend a meeting, come talk to you there, I guess, before or after. And
give me a call or just show up.
Speaking of that, let's one more time before we run out of time here. If you don't mind, can I get your telephone number and contact information and that Facebook address one more time, please, sir?
Facebook address is Gonzales County Veterans Memorial Association. You can contact me at 830-263-0331. And my email is ljmercer@gvec.net.
MERCER. LJMERCER@gvec.net.
Yeah.
All right. Larry, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. And,
thank you.
Oh, wait, I got a couple of seconds. What's going on at Oddfellows Lodge? You got anything coming up here in the near future?
We're working on our raffle, our gun raffle for this year. Be day after Labor Day is the drawing.
Okay.
We'll have tickets out here in another 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, I tell you what, when we get a little closer to that, would you mind coming by and we'll talk Oddfellows next time?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Larry Mercer joining me this week on Guadalupe Valley Views. Last week we had Brittany and Cody Halliburton on the show, and part 2 of that interview will be on next week's program about some other events coming up around the Luling area. Speaking of Luling Thump this weekend, 4th of July holiday this Thursday. We hope that you have a safe and happy Independence Day. And remember, you can listen to Guadalupe Valley Views on demand by visiting SoSyntex Radio News Facebook page. Share your community news and events on the SoSyntex Bulletin Board Facebook group or email news@sosintexbb.com. Thank you for joining us for Guadalupe Valley Views. I'm Egan Barthels, SoSyntex Radio News. Have a great weekend, friends.